from Pop Culture with Pat here with Gerran Howell talking about the Pit where he plays Whitaker. Gerran, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me, man.
You're very welcome. Congratulations on the success of the show. I mean, an amazing. I just saw an article, I think it was yesterday, that you guys averaged, it was like 10 million viewers per episode or something crazy like that. And we got a season two. So first off, just want to say congratulations to you and the crew.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah,
Yeah, I
seems to
would
be a good thing.
I
Yeah.
would say so. Yeah, and to start things off, it's no secret that Whitaker kind of has the shift from hell. So, what was kind of your reaction as you were going through each of the episodes? You get the script, and you just keep seeing all these different obstacles that Whitaker has to come overcome throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, it was one thing after another. It was great because we did film sort of sequentially. So those things for the majority were a genuine surprise. Yeah, I mean, I just remember the read-throughs, like just being, Whitaker is covered in pee. Everyone just sort of looks to me, all the heads turn. And it was just every time like, what's it going to be next? Yeah, man, it was a gauntlet of bodily fluids. It was great.
Did you ever look to those guys and you were just kind of like, all right, come on, guys, is this a joke or something? Like, what's going on here?
Just set me on fire or something and be done with it. Yeah,
Exactly.
it was great. I'm very grateful for it. I think there were some really funny moments I think they made. So yeah, I'm very grateful for it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's one thing after another, but the determination and persistence that Whitaker shows throughout the season, where do you think that kind of comes from? Because I feel like it would have been easy for him to kind of give up at some point and just say, this is too much for me.
Yeah, I don't think many people would blame him if he sort of walked out after scrub change number three, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that perseverance comes from, his sort of humble beginnings as a farm boy. I think at the end of the day, he is very competent at what he does, but the sort of thing in his way is just the overwhelming nature of the ER. I mean, it's his first day, and he literally gets everything possible thrown at him. So yeah, I don't know really. I think, he is there to show that all these terrible things can happen, but he keeps going, he keeps showing up. He's not doing everything right, even necessarily, socially and skillfully. But I like to think he's someone people think, oh, well, he's reliable and he keeps going, I think.
And I feel like it makes him very relatable to the audience, just seeing a character that makes
Yeah.
mistake after mistake. No one's perfect, and so just being able to connect with a character like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think amongst everyone being so competent and skillful, which is very satisfying to watch, I think the audience needs someone to grab onto, within all that jargon and everything that's happening. So yeah,
Yeah.
happy to have done that. Yeah.
I agree, and it's really cool one of the relationships in this series to see how the relationship between Whitaker and Santos starts off in episode one and how it evolves and goes through its challenges throughout this first season. But then we get that really sweet moment in the finale where she tells him that he can move in. Can you just talk about working with Issa throughout the season, developing that dynamic and relationship between your characters?
Yeah, she's the best. I mean, I think it all came very, very naturally. I mean, she is, I'm sure as everyone else has told you, she is a very lovely person. Um, but yeah, no, it was great. All those little jabs and everything. I think they're a really good combination of characters to come together because they have similarities in the way they both have walls up, I think, and sort of defense mechanisms, but in very different ways. So yeah, it was just really good fun, all the little jabs and everything. It felt very sort of sibling energy and I was very happy to have that final scene with her. It sort of made sense to me in a way.
Yeah, it was a really, really good payoff, and I'm really curious to see how that's going to evolve even more going into season two, because I'm sure we might get some interesting moments between those two characters.
Yeah, they might be sick of each other. I don't they might be absolutely sick of each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I just what the conversation's going to be, like who hasn't done the who
A
hasn't
lot
done
of
the work
trade.
out that morning, or someone's
Yeah.
misplaced the shoe. Do you know what I mean? I think it's either they're either going to be completely simpatico or they're going to be just even
Yeah.
more
I don't think
psycho.
there's any in between.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
And
interested to see.
And another one of my favorite moments that stood out for me in this first season is the moment where Whitaker he finds Robbie, and I feel like at that moment it would have been very easy for him to go to try and see if he could find someone else to maybe help out with the situation, but he takes charge and helps Robbie out in that situation. Why do you think he kind of takes it upon himself to help Robbie out there?
I think it's just a really nice mirroring moment. I think seeing of all characters, Robbie in that state is not only do we genuinely need him out there, and Whitaker really sees that we need him, I need him out there to sort of function, but I think he also sees, oh wow, even these mental figures that I'm looking up to are having a hard time. So I think it's just an opportunity for Whitaker to connect really. But really, I think it was a really sort of practical thing. Like dude, we need you out there, you know?
Yeah.
But it was horrible to see, yeah, from
And it was a nice callback to earlier in the season too, where they had that conversation. I love how that paid off in the finale as well.
yeah, lovely full circle moment for sure. Yeah.
Yep. And I imagine too, I mean, having a vet like Noah on set must have been valuable on so many levels for all of you guys. So can you just talk about having that presence and how he kind of set the tone for you guys, not only coming into the series, but throughout the series, this first season as well?
I think set the tone is a really good way to put it. I think yeah, that's completely what he did. He is leading the ship, not just as number one on the call sheet, but he's producer, writer. He's so involved in it, and with all of his experience, we're not gonna follow his lead. He just approached us all with. You probably hate me for saying this, but he was like Dr. Robbie to us. So he really sort of, approached us with kindness, and he was a presence that I think anyone felt they could always go to if they needed help. Um, but he would never, he wouldn't always impart force wisdom on you. He was always there, and he was always a real mentor figure as Dr. Robbie and as Noah. It was really nice. Yeah, it was a really nice environment that he created.
Do you have a
Yeah.
favorite moment with him from working on the series itself, filming a scene, or even something that's behind the scenes from this first season?
Oh yeah. No, I think every scene I had with him was just really lovely and awkward in a really good way. I think it was episode 4, I think, where he tries to give me a real sort of sweet moment, and I
Yeah.
think both of us are like, oh no, we're not in the right headspace for this. And we just had a lot of fun on the day and the scene, and I think me and Noah like to play around a lot, which is really nice, and just try it in different ways, but it was just awkward every time. It was brilliant. It was great.
Oh yeah, I love the relationship between you guys. And just to wrap things up for you, Garen, as far as how, I mean, obviously a lot happened throughout the shift for everybody here. How is this shift going to change Whitaker moving forward, do you think?
I mean, it can't be not traumatizing for him. Yeah, that's a really good question. No one will ever forget it, that's for sure.
Agreed.
But I'm very interested to see, you know, if there is a time jump going forward. Um, if Whitaker, how he performs without being overwhelmed by a first day in the ER and stuff like that. There's so many things to learn about Whitaker, I think, without him just being overwhelmed and flustered. So I'm really interested to see where that goes and how it affects him going
Yeah.
forward.
I feel like
Yeah.
going through a shift like this, he's got to have, I mean, if you make it through something like this, you got to have some kind of confidence boost. So it'll be interesting to see how that
Yeah.
plays out moving forward. And I can't imagine you'll have shifts that'll be worse than this one. So it's like, hopefully things will be a little bit easier going forward, but I guess we never know.
We'll see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
Yeah.
Garen, I just want to say thank you so much for your time today. It was wonderful getting to meet with you and chat with you for a few minutes. And again, congratulations on the show.
Thank you so much, Pat. I appreciate it. Thank you,
You're
man.
very welcome.